For a lot of our customers, Harness is deploying their application, their infrastructure, and now even their database changes. Those specific customers have asked us to now include also their AI and ML models, looking at things like agents, models, and prompts being able to be delivered under the same exact pipeline with the same templates and the same policy. That's what Harness's AI ML Ops is all about. The difference here, and we'll show it throughout the process, is now when you're actually deploying AI and ML changes, it's actually about experimenting with that change, making sure that you get the same performance as well as you get the same output to make sure that you're getting the same results. So we go ahead and look at these specific experiments. We go look at the runs that we have. We can make sure that at any point in time, if I want to go test, say, this agent, I can go and run that experiment. And what we'll go do is we'll choose the specific pipeline and we'll actually go execute this. So the same way that you're used to running a deployment in Harness, now we can actually run it with an AI experiment. So whether it's for an agent, for a model, or for a prompt, we'll version that to make sure you have those. Even if your prompt changes, you want to make sure you validate, is it performing, right? Is it happening in the same velocity, but also is it giving you the same result set? And so now, instead of just deploying your applications, your infrastructure, databases, you can also do that for AI. We'll let this actually go and build. We'll let this go and deploy, and we'll actually watch the experiment run. The idea here, just like traditional Harness deployments, it'll go and deploy your actual artifact, whether that be the agent, the model, or the prompt. But the intent here is now we're going to run those experiments to make sure, again, it's as performant, or to make sure that it gives you the same result set. If it does, we'll continue forward. If not, we'll alert you, show you why we don't believe so, and allow you to roll back to the previous models, the same way you do with any other application. The interesting thing is not only can you do your builds and deploys, but we can also store those artifacts for you. So Harness Artifact Registry now also allows you to store all of your AI artifacts the same way that you would store any other artifact. Again, whether it's a prompt that you want to version, different models, or different agents. Not only that, we also are going to include the security scanning for you as well. So we want to make sure that we're scanning those models, the same functionality can be there in your pipelines to make sure not only you're doing your builds and your deploys, but you're also making sure what goes out is secure. All the same way you're used to using it in Harness, now for all of your AI and ML operations. What we'll go look at next is the actual security for that AI and ML. Harness's AI security doesn't just stop at the pipeline. Of course, just like the rest of it, it handles it at runtime as well. You can see all of your AI APIs, your MCP servers. You want to look at the different third-party vendors that you're actually leveraging for your APIs. Looking at all of the OWASP top 10, not just for security top 10, but for the LLM top 10. And really getting into all the different threats, being able to look very deeply into what it is that we're seeing, and for that matter, what we're blocking. The intention here is I can look at all the different, say, malicious prompts that are actually being injected. We can see what people are testing for, and then we can also see what our response is to prevent those from ever even happening. Again, not just protecting you during the build or the deploy, but also at runtime. So again, we can see what they asked for. We can make sure we can show what the response was because we blocked that actual malicious intent. The whole idea is to have one platform for build, deploy, and runtime to handle all of your deployments, whether traditional applications or now even AI.